Welcome back, everybody, here to Idabel, Oklahoma, where we're just a few minutes away here from getting this one started. Leopards going up against the Eufaula Ironheads. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dotson here. And Leopards will be due up first here, top half of the first inning. Set to lead things off, as always, will be Bentley Kessler, followed by Ty Ferguson in the two-hole. And I believe Tucker Morris will be batting three. As I mentioned earlier, I do believe Tucker will be out on the bump today for the Leopards. So always a good time when Tucker's on the mound. Usually almost every ball game that I got to call of him last year, he pitched a darn good ball game. So definitely looking forward to that. It's, again, we're just a few minutes away from getting, actually a few seconds away from getting this one kicked off here. Again, we'll touch base on yesterday's matchup against the Keene Texas Chargers. Leopards able to win that in run rule fashion after four. They win that one 11-1 going away there. Ty Ferguson had the big ball game with the bat there for the Leopards, and alongside Brody Klein, who was for you. That's a pretty good. That's a comfortable spot for the pitcher to be here.
Yeah, we'll take that anytime. When you're outscoring them 11-1. You know, Brody pitched a well of a game, and the bats were hot. And Ty Ferguson just got a hold. I mean, he ripped it.
Yep.
It was over the fence. You knew it whenever it left the bat.
Well, that's what me and Robert were talking about. He was on there yesterday. He's actually on here with us right now, just kind of laying low. But as soon as it left Ty's bat yesterday, it was. I said it earlier. It was a no doubter. I mean, just watching that right fielder's reaction to it. His first step was backwards. He knew it was getting up and out of there as well. So here we go. We're ready to set this one or take off with this one as Bentley Kessler strides to the plate here, top half of the first inning. We're just about underway here from Idabel, Oklahoma. Thank you so much for everybody jumping on with us here. This umpire wants him to kill the music there. And here we go. First pitch of the game will be a ball high and inside. Call it 1-0.
You can hear those Leopard boys in the dugout. They're fired up today. I like to see that.
1-0 the count here to Kessler. Move that to 2-0.
Baseball is one of those games where the team truly feeds off the energy.
You bet. Kessler settles back in. Head in the count here, 2-0. Misses away, high. Ball three. That's Bumgarner on the bump here for the Ironheads. He's in a hole here, 3-0. Here comes a 3-0. That misses low and inside for ball four, so Kessler draws the leadoff walk to start it off here for the Leopards. Due up next, number 3, the southpaw, Ty Ferguson.
And, Jake, we need to remind everybody that between the innings we are going to have some local Lindsay sports trivia, and so everybody needs to keep an ear open for that. It's going to be definitely going to be interesting.
Let's see if we can. Is that first pitch there from Bumgarner misses low? See if some of the Lindsay folks out there that are watching, we'll keep them on their toes here.
The answer is always C. That got me through first year of college.
There you go. So 1-0 to tie here. As Bumgarner will be called for the balk. Field umpire says he moved his right shoulder. You start that transition towards home, Eric, you got to go ahead and go with it.
Yeah, if you pause or if you turn your shoulders one way or the other, you have to go with it, or it's going to be called a ball.
So Kessler now resides at second. Ty Ferguson at the plate for the Leopards. That pitch misses inside. Kessler will take check that. He'll hold. He'll stay at second. And Bumgarner, I believe he has thrown 6 straight balls here, yet to find the strike zone here for the Ironheads.
Yeah, 6 strikes and a balk.
Well, Ferguson settles back in. Ahead in the count here, 2-0.
6 strikes, 6 balls and a balk. Kessler probably could have got the third on that missed ball by the catcher, but he started back to second a little early.
Bumgarner finally finds the strike zone there as he clips that outside corner. Ferguson still ahead in the count here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Kessler had plenty of speed there, but
You could tell he was kicking himself
Yeah.
whenever he saw that ball come out of the glove.
and Ferguson lays down a good bunt there. See if he can dig it out. Not going to be able to dig it out down to first, but he does his job. Sacrifice bunt sends Kessler over to third.
Yeah, that's perfect execution
Absolutely.
by Ty Ferguson.
Yep.
He bunted down to third base line, which is where he wanted to go. It gives him the best opportunity to make it to first base and advances the runner.
And two, I mean, you got to tip your cap to Baumgartner there too. Coming off the bump there, fielding the ball.
Made a perfect throw.
Yeah, just made the absolute perfect throw. But Ferguson does the job there, gets the runner over to third. Now steps in Tucker Morris. First pitch to him in the dirt, and that gets away from the catcher. Kessler will score.
That's how you start off the ball game right there.
Yeah.
Leadoff runner scores.
Yep. Leadoff walk here. Cost the Ironheads early on here in this top half of the first. 1 out away here. So base is empty now for Morris. He settles in ahead in the count 1-0. There's the pitch. That's low and in the dirt. Ball 2. Baumgartner set to deliver. That misses high and inside. Ball 3. And right now, early on, Eric, we'll just go ahead and say it. Baumgartner does not have the control.
No,
He can't find that strike zone yet.
No, he's not in the rhythm yet, but he will be.
That pitch there clips the inside corner for strike. So move it to 3-1. That's a dangerous spot here. If you're Baumgartner, you got to throw something across the middle of the plate here. And Tucker Morris has got big bat potential.
Yeah, this is not the guy you want to have to do that to.
As that one misses a little bit inside for ball 4. So Baumgartner has now walked 2 and just able to retire the 1 and Ferguson down at first. As Big Bo Blankenship strides to the plate here. As we'll have Dotson coming in to pinch run here for Tucker Morris.
Jake, for those interested in our upcoming trivia question, today's topic is going to be local MMA / tough man competition.
There's your hint, ladies and gentlemen. That pitch there, a little bit low. Catcher tried to frame it up there. Bail his pitcher out. Home plate umpire wasn't having it.
I'm not gonna lie. That his strike zone's a little bit tight.
Yeah, it is. That's something we talked about yesterday in the ball game there in Valiant. Just how good of a job Manuel Guerrero did of framing pitches for Brody Klein.
Yeah.
There was a couple that were off the plate, Eric, but he quick hand, pull that glove back over, and that's the last thing that home plate umpire sees is that glove in the right spot.
I was standing.
Sometimes you're going to get that call.
I was standing directly behind Manuel back there, and you're exactly right. I was watching that very thing.
That pitch there called a strike to Bo. So that'll make it 2 balls, 1 strike. As Dotson still hanging out down at first. Blankenship settles back in. The 2-1 from Baumgartner. That's going to be high. Let's see if Blankenship went around on it, and they're going to get Dotson down at second. Nice play there by the shortstop. Wasn't the best of throws, but it actually did lead that shortstop into Dotson there, able to put the tag on him. So Ironheads get out of a jam there. Count moves to 3 balls, 1 strike. They're going to say Blankenship didn't quite go across the plane there. The 3-1 fouled straight back at us. And this is another situation, 3-1 count. You're going to have to throw something over the middle of the plate that Bo could definitely get a bat on and turn on one here. 300 down that right field line.
Yep.
I think at 3-2, I apologize. There's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, setting down. First strikeout of the night for Baumgartner, so that'll retire the side. But Leopards able to get one across as Ferguson did his job. Advances Kessler over to third. Kessler eventually scored on a pass ball. Leopards lead after the top of 1 here, 1-0.
Are we going to introduce our first trivia question?
No, we'll wait. We'll do it here in a minute. But what you already told them what you gave a pretty good hint, so we'll kind of let that simmer for a little bit. But we'll take us a quick break. Get ready to start the bottom half of the first here as Tucker Morris is already out there warming up on the bump. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Here, Idabel, Oklahoma. Leopards on top here after the top half of the first, 1-0. As first up here is number 19, Brett Pippinger here for the Ironheads. Fouls that first pitch back out of play. 0-1 the count here to Pippinger.
It looks like we got Sanders out there on third, Jack.
Good pitch there. Strike two. Clips the inside corner. Yeah, you'll have Sanders you'll have Sanders at third. Kessler at short. Ramming at second. Big Bo Blankenship at first. Catching duties here this afternoon will be Ty Ferguson. Right field is Daniel Ponce. Center field, Mitch Henson. Left field will be Caleb Ince. Good change up there. Ring him up, set him down. First strikeout of the night here for Tucker Morris. 1 out away here, bottom of the first. Good pitch right there, Eric.
Yeah, very good pitch. Breaking ball is a great call to make, right down the middle. He never did get his timing down on that fastball, and then that breaking ball just threw him off.
Yep. So that'll bring up your two-hole hitter for Eufaula. This is Hayden Robertson. And I apologize if I do get some of these names wrong here for Eufaula, as I got the back pink slip of the coach's lineup here. Handwriting's a little bit hard to see, but I'll do the best I can. As Morris has worked it to a 1-1 count here. There is the 1-1. Swung on right back up the middle at him. It's going to be a tough play for Kessler. See if he can get it done, and he does. Nice play from short. Bentley Kessler able to throw him out at first.
What a play.
Long way to run there for the shortstop, but able to get it done.
And Jake, you mentioned Clayton Sanders out there at third, and Ty's catching. And yesterday we had a Guerrero catching. That's three different catchers on this team, and not one of them miss a beat.
No, that's definitely a good problem to have. That first pitch there for Morris, I believe it missed just outside for ball one. As three-hole hitter, this is Luke Adcock. Up to bat now for the Ironheads. That pitch, nice breaking ball there, called strike. Make it a 1-1 count. Adcock settles back in. There's the pitch. Hard hit ball right over to Bo Blankenship, and he's able to come out with one hand, snag that bad boy, and haul it in for the third out of the inning. Good snag out there at first by Bo Blankenship.
Bo's like, what do you expect? I do this every day.
This is routine, fellas. What are you talking about? So after that electrifying third out there by Bo Blankenship, we'll take us a quick break. We got the top half of the second coming up here next for you. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Idabel, Oklahoma, as we are starting the top half of the second inning here. After that big-time play down the first baseline there by Bo Blankenship, able to snag that, as Eric called it, a rocket off the bat there. Just hit right to him. Bo didn't have to move very far, but I guarantee it got on him in a hurry, partner.
It was moving.
So due up first here is Ramage for the Leopards. Oh, that pitch just outside, I believe, for ball one.
And that's the thing about this Leopard lineup as he's getting ready for his next pitch.
Mm-hmm.
There's power stacked all through the lineup.
That pitch there called strike. So 1-1 to count here to Ramage.
Ramage didn't like it. But,
Yeah.
Last year Ramage was almost clutch. He almost got a base hit every time he got up to bat.
Yep. It might not have been, the biggest, the most, spectacular, but comes up clutch.
He put the ball in play, and it usually fell.
In right situations, yeah. So he fouls that one straight back here. So that'll move the count 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Ramage. Due up next, Brody ramming for the Leopards. There's the pitch. Hard hit ball over towards second. Good job by the second baseman to corral it and get the out there at first. Nice play out there.
And that's just a couple inches away of getting by, the second baseman, just like we were talking about there.
Yeah, good play out there by him. So that'll bring up Brody ramming here. Yeah, that's Robertson out there at second. Nice play.
Brody's another one of those just all-around athletes. He's being looked at by several D1 colleges to play, football.
Yep. So ramming settles back in. Ahead in the count here, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 from Baumgartner. That'll miss high and inside. Makes the count 2-0. 1 out away here. Top half of the second. Leopards lead 1-0 as that pitch is called strike. Brody kind of shakes his head. He agreed.
A little higher than what he likes, but it was in there.
This makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike here to Brody. There's the 2-1 and nearly got him on the left elbow. He turns away from it. That'll be ball 3. 3-1 to count here to ramming. See what Bumgunner does here. Does he throw something that Brody can turn on? The 3-1. Right down Broadway there for strike 2. So Brody will see another pitch here. So he works it to a full, as Bumgarner works it to a full count. I think Brody thought that might have been just a hair outside. Ramming settles back in. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that one got him on the backside there. Looked like a curveball might have got away from Bumgartner. So Brody will trot down to first. Shakes that one off. That'll bring up
Another dangerous man, Clayton Sanders.
Absolutely, yep. That'll bring up third baseman Clayton Sanders here. So ramming will reside at first for the time being. Sanders settles in. Check that. He'll back out here. I think Bumgarner really liked the lead that Brody had over at first.
Yeah, if we can get him over to second, a base hit will score Brody.
Absolutely. Bumgarner. And that one is dropped by the catcher, so that'll put ramming over at second.
Good heads up. Brody was watching the whole play. He didn't go back, just jump back to first base. When he watched that catcher, didn't know where that ball was, he left.
Immediately he took off. So ramming down at second now. Sanders ahead in the count here, 1-0. 1 out away here.
Sanders can score another one right here.
Bumgarner with the pitch. Hard. Check that. Little blooper down the left field line and out of play.
Might have helped the pitcher out a little bit on that one. Looked a little low.
Mm-hmm.
pretty good gap between left and center. Be nice to poke one out there.
Yeah, you bet. So Bumgarner set to deliver the 1-1. Pitch, and that'll get Sanders off the foot. Well, that'll put Clayton Sanders down at first.
Scotty cooked for him last night.
Ooh, what'd they have?
They cooked burgers and hot dogs.
Okay.
They were some really good burgers and some meat that Scotty had butchered.
There you go.
He was cooking when I left, and everybody had already eaten, and there was a mountain of hamburgers.
Oh.
He did it good. They were good.
So that'll bring up Mitchell Henson here for the Leopards. As Lindsay will have runners on the corners. Raming will be at third. Sanders will be down at first. Both have been hit by pitch here. As Bumgarner is going to trot off the mound. So we're going to have a pitching change here. As I believe Bumgarner is going to reside in center field now, maybe short. Who knows? But so we'll take us a little break here. Give the new pitcher opportunity to get loose out there on the hill. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Due up next is Mitchell Henson. He'll have runners at the corners. Sanders resides at first. Excuse me, second and third. Or first and second, I apologize.
Edwards is wearing knickers over there. Might be throwing you off a little bit, Jake.
Well, what it is.
Because I looked at him earlier and I thought he was another player, but it was him. He usually wears long pants, but he's got the knickers on today.
Yeah, I think Brody was down there just kind of talking with him earlier during that timeout, and that's why I thought they'd have runners at the corners. So, but you're right. Edwards usually does have the pants on. He's rocking the knickers here this afternoon. So that pitch there is called strike. So 1-1 to Henson here. Sanders and Raming on the base paths. Henson settles back in. Pippinger with the delivery, 1-1, called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Henson now. Pippinger walks him back over to second.
It's a little bit cool with a beautiful day today.
Yeah, it has been nice.
Light winds.
The pitch. That one's swung on. That's going to get through the gap there, and that should score Raming. all the way from second. Nice piece of hitting there by Mitchell Henson. You see Henson just kind of, it was an off-speed pitch, Eric, and Henson, was down a little bit low. Henson just reaches out with the bat, just put enough on it, poke it through the gap there, able to advance ramming all the way from second. Leopards lead 2-0.
That's just another one of them plays, Mitchell Henson makes it.
Yep.
The ball was parallel to the ground about 4 inches, and he got down there with it and put the bat on it.
So that'll bring up number 1 here. This is Caleb Ince. As Henson will be over at first. Sanders now down at second. Pitch is in the dirt. Sanders will hang out at second. Due up next for the Leopards will be leadoff. That'll be Bentley Kessler. Ince settles back in. Ahead the count here, 1-0. The pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back and out of play.
Runners were going too, Jake.
Mm-hmm. What time did we get this game started, Eric? Did we have a time?
I did not get one.
Roughly, it's 5:55.
I'm on vacation, Jake.
We'll call it about a 5:20 start time. Game was originally posted to start at 4:30, I believe. But the game before this between Cashin and McAllister actually went extra innings. And Cashin finally got the job done there, winning that one 2-1. That pitch is just a little bit high there to Ince. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure what time it is here, but I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's what Jimmy
right.
told me.
Yeah.
You see the difference here between Bumgarner and Pippinger. Pippinger's a little bit more it takes his time a little bit more than what Bumgarner was. Bumgarner was working pretty quick, out of the stretch and the windup. Really didn't matter to him. He was going fast. And obviously never really found that rhythm. And Pippinger here, he's
a little bit more methodical, isn't he?
He's going a little bit, slower pace about it. So he's trying to slow the game down. That one is in the dirt. That'll be a
ball 4.
Yeah, that was ball 4 anyway. So Ince will stride down to first as Kessler, back to the top of the lineup, is now up.
Bases loaded, chance to score some more runs here.
Yeah, Pippinger needs to be careful here. This could turn into a snowball, could turn into a big inning here for the Leopards. Kessler, he's another one. He's got big bat potential. One swing of the bat, he could blow this thing wide open. The pitch. That'll be high and away for ball 1. So if you're wondering out there, the trivia question that we kind of formulated here earlier this afternoon, if you can name Lindsay's first and I believe only ever MMA fighter / tough man participant, if you can name that man, shoot somebody a text, whether that's me or Eric or Robert sitting here. Shoot us a text. Let us know who that stranger is as Kessler fouls that one out of play down the right field line. Shoot us a text. Let us know who that is. First one to send a text with the correct answer might get you a free cheeseburger out of the deal.
Most folks probably don't even know that we had or have a world-renowned MMA fighter from Lindsay.
Also, you can put it on our YouTube. Just put it there in the comments as RJ's sitting here running the program here for us. He'll be checking that periodically, so quick fingers here. Let's figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. As Kessler's ahead in the count here, 2 balls, 1 strike. Base is still juiced here for the Leopards. As throws him back over to third. Sanders able to get in underneath the tag.
That's one of those where pickoff tries to third.
Yeah, you don't see it a lot.
Maybe a handful of times over the last 3 years, Jake.
But honestly, for a right-handed pitcher, that's the easier pickoff move.
Yes,
All
it
you
is.
have to do is step directly towards third base, where if he's trying to go into first, being a right-handed pitcher, his back is to that first base. So,
Yep.
yeah, surprised you don't see it a little bit more, especially at the lower levels. But it's just something that's not real common. Hard hit ball out towards center field. Center fielder will settle under it. Sanders is going to come home from third and no play as he'll score. Throw down back over to second. They got Henson in jam here between second and third as Henson is going to be safe at third as shortstop and third base just weren't quite on the same page there. So Caleb Ince now resides over at second as Kessler with the long fly ball out there scores a run for the Leopards. That'll bring up the catcher, number 3. This is Ty Ferguson.
Yeah, third baseman's backup didn't quite get there in time for that throwback. Mitchell's, of course, able to get by him.
Pippinger with delivery. Just a bit high there for ball 1. So Ferguson settles back in. Runners at second and third. Big cut there by Ferguson. Swung on and missed.
That was a good cut by Ty Ferguson.
Big cut there.
That was about to go over the fence, guys.
There's the pitch. Ooh, it's Ferguson. Bat comes out of his hand there. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Ty.
I think that guy was heckling him back there. He let him know he's not going to take any of that.
Well, that dog was down there sniffing the fence, and the bat
spooked the
almost
dog.
hit the dog.
So Ferguson settles back in here. The pitch. As he fouls that one over the top of us here and out of play.
That looks like one of them Labradoodle, that big old poodle dogs.
That's something you need, Brooks.
Well, I have a giant Schnauzer.
The pitch.
Richard.
That is just high. So that'll move the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Check that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count here to Ty. 2 outs away. Runners still reside at second and third. The pitch. Swung on and missed as Ferguson goes down via the strikeout. Leopards were able to get a couple of crosshairs. They now lead 3-0. We'll take us a quick break. Get ready to start the next inning after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here as we are set to start the bottom half of the second inning here. Due up here for the Ironheads, number 4 will be. Ooh, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say Greg. Can't make out that first name. It's a 4-hole hitter here.
Be alert, Leopards.
That pitch is just a little bit low. 1-1 to count here to Greg. The 1-1. That'll be low and inside for ball 2.
Give him the high heat right here.
You know, there's lots of good guesses coming in on the trivia line, Jake.
Yeah, I had Steve Whitworth. He texted me.
But don't give it away.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying he threw a name out there. Also had Joey Serrano. He threw a name out there. He actually claimed himself. I'm not sure how that works. Joey, you can't claim yourself as the first ever MMA fighter in Lindsay.
He might be the second,
He could be the second.
but he's not the first, the original.
Well, I
That's
think
right.
we
He's
need
not the
to
OG.
we need to stress that it's also a Lindsay native, someone born and raised and went to
Swung
Lindsay
up and
school.
missed. Ring him up, set him down. Second strikeout of the afternoon here for Tucker Morris. It's Greg is retired. That'll bring up 5-hole hitter number 2. This is Carson Luna.
Speaking of retired, I've been fishing the last couple of days, man.
Are you thinking of retiring?
It's got me thinking real heavy about it.
Are you announcing on air, like, do we need to get Bobby Bruton involved in this? Could you be announcing your retirement within the next couple of days?
No,
You're still going to stay? Okay.
I'll probably have to work till I'm dead, but
He's just trying to figure out how he's going to pay his bills
But
while he retires.
I'm going to be thinking about retirement.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I Broken Bow. This is one of my favorite lake. It probably is my favorite lake to fish. Like yesterday, we were out. I had a couple of freshmen out, and my boy Parker, and we're sitting there fishing, catching fish, and the bald eagle flies right over us.
Yep.
And it's just a beautiful lake, beautiful country down here.
Absolutely. Yeah, on this campus too. I mentioned it before we went live. We were here a couple hours early and just kind of looking around. This is a pretty campus. I mean, surrounded by the pine trees. They're on all 4 sides of us right now, so it's a pretty campus here. Good-looking football field across the way over there. Nice artificial turf. So Idabel's doing things right, that's for sure.
Built a bunch of homes. You can see where the tornado came through
Yeah.
on the way down here. Hate that for those people.
You said you was out there about what time in the morning, Eric?
About 6:30.
6 to what?
I had to have the boys back around noon, I think.
So you was out there from 6 to noon catching fish. I was fishing too. I was catching me some Z's, man.
So
You know,
3-1 to count here to Luna.
They actually shut the lake down today.
Swung on and missed. Check that. That was actually strike 3. So third strikeout of the afternoon here for Tucker Morris as Luna goes down.
They shut the lake down. The lake's come up 15 foot. We got here Saturday, and that night it rained like God was pouring water out of a bucket. I mean, it was coming down. And the water just kept coming. The roads are closed going to the ramps because the lake's too high.
Wow. That'll bring up 6-hole hitter. This is Jackson Lurge. Leopards lead 3-0. 2 outs away here, both via the strikeout from Tucker. That pitch misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike. Tucker set the deal. Good pitch there, a little bit low and away. Called strike 2.
Strike zone moved a little bit lower, which it probably should have because some of those are strikes.
Yeah. So 2-2 the count. The delivery, off-speed pitch, curveball, got him looking, ring him up, set him down, struck out the side. It's Tucker Morris. 1, 2, 3. What an inning, half inning there for Tucker Morris. Leopards take a 3-0 lead here to the top half of the third after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
The open hanger.
Wingo. Welcome back, everybody. As Tucker Moore strides to the plate here for the Leopards. Top half of the third inning, Leopards lead 3-0. Hard hit ball over to short. Fairly routine as Tucker goes down.
Good hard hit ball. Just went right to the shortstop.
Yep, nothing you can do about it.
Good hit. We said it before, a lot of times you just got to put the ball in play and good things will happen.
Mm-hmm. So 1 pitch, 1 out here for the Leopards. That brings up Bo Blankenship.
Guys, I'm calling it. He's getting on base this time.
And you are right. I guess that grazed him there. So Blankenship will trot down to first.
Getting some more guesses on this MMA fighter.
Can only imagine.
I don't know if we need to start giving clues or not.
Aiden Ramage now up for the Leopards as Bo Blankenship resides at first after being hit by the pitch. The delivery. Catcher doesn't have a clue where it's at, but Bo don't want to chance anything.
Yeah, that
Down
catcher
at
maybe was
first.
trying to fool him too.
They was working him over yesterday. They were giving him a workout out there.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where, they made the throwback over to first when Bo was out there. And Bo, he
He
had
got a good
big
lead.
I was fixing to say, he had a big old lead, and he's got him another one here today. Pitch there called strike.
And I'll tell you something. He's a pretty good size old kid, but he moves quick.
He is fast.
For his size. He can move.
Yeah, yesterday I thought he was way too far out there, but he made it back.
Yeah.
And ended up getting in.
I believe that was during that bottom half of that second inning that
Yeah.
the Leopards really opened things up there. That pitch is well inside, nearly clips Ramage.
Ramage usually leans into those and takes it. He really does. Matter of fact, he's been called out a couple times for leaning into him.
He's wanting to put the ball in play here. Ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out away here. The pitch. That's going to be way high and outside. Make it 3-1. Ramage way up in the box.
Ramage is smart. That's going to be the one he's going to be looking for right here.
Swung on. Little blooper, drops foul. First baseman had a long ways to go there to get to that one. Couldn't do it. So make it a 3-2 count here. Pippinger has worked himself back into this at bat here. So here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on, hard hit ball over to short. Got an opportunity to 6-4. Did they get him? They do say got him. So the 6-4-3 double play there gets the no. Yeah, there was only 1 out. Morris was the only out. They turned 2 there. So the 6-4-3 double play gets the Ironheads out of the inning here. Leopards still lead 3-0.
I think he beat him.
We can replay this and do a little slow-mo doctor.
So while y'all work on that, we'll take us a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. As due up next here for the Ironheads is Preston Dutton, seventh hole hitter here for the Ironheads. Morris still on the bump here for the Leopards, holding on to that 3-0 lead. That first pitch there was called ball one. Morris is ready to go. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike one.
Does he have 5 strikeouts?
Was it? I can't remember. I thought it was just 4.
Maybe 4. Yeah, he had 1 in the first.
The pitch, little bunt, right back over to Morris at first, and he's able to get him for the first out of the inning here. That'll bring up 8-hole hitter number 11. This is Caden Rice, who is DHing here this afternoon. Rice settles in. Morris with the delivery. Ride down Broadway, called strike one. Just missed outside.
Try to get him to chase one out there.
We've got more guesses coming in, and I won't give it away, but I will say there's someone might have guessed correctly.
As that bunt is fouled straight back over the top of us here. Make the count 1-1. Well, you got it. I mean, if it is the right answer, you got to reward the person that sent you the text.
Well, they'll get a reward.
That pitch misses way high there.
I'm just astounded that there's not many more people that's guessing this correctly. I thought everybody knew.
That pitch swung on and missed, ring him up, set him down. That is the 5th strikeout of the afternoon for Tucker Morris. Morris is dealing out there on the hill.
When you asked what animal has stripes, everybody knows that's a zebra, right? Well, it's the same way with this question. I thought everybody knew who the big MMA fighter from Lindsay was.
I would go with Tiger.
So this brings up the 9-hole hitter. This is Caden Bumgarner. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say something when he said stripes and everybody says zebra, but
Everybody says zebra.
wow. I do believe the Bengals wear stripes every Sunday in the NFL. But could be wrong. And they are technically a Bengal tiger, so this goes to show how much old Robert knows about animals. So that pitch is swung on and missed.
My automatic reaction is zebra, and I thought that's what everybody else would think.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Bumgarner. The 1-2 fouled back and out of play. Bumgarner stays alive. He'll get to see another pitch. See if Morris just tries to rear back and blow this one by him.
This will be the 3rd inning. 3 up, 3 down if we can get this last strike.
Swung on and missed, ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 6 on the night for Tucker Morris. Leopards still lead 3-0. We'll take us a quick break. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, as Brody Ramey is now up to bat here for the Leopards. Leopards still lead 3-0 here. Pitch, big cut there by Brody. Swing and a miss.
Guys, it looks like there's a lot of people interested in this trivia question. The views are starting to skyrocket. The guesses are coming in. The suspense is killing everyone.
That pitch misses there. 1-1 to count. Yeah, I've gotten quite a few here, but nobody still. And I'm with you. I'm actually surprised somebody hadn't already got this. 1-1 here to Brody. As that one goes off the bottom side of the barrel there, so foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Ramey. I'm really anxious when whoever does finally get this right, the reaction that people's going to have.
Well, you know
realize.
they're going to say, why didn't I think about that? I knew the answer, but why didn't I say it?
Pitch is a little bit low there. 2-2 the count.
It's been so long ago.
Yeah.
This is clue number 2. It's been so long. They actually called them tough man contests back then.
Yep. Big cut there by Brody as he goes down via the strikeout. That's Pippinger's first of the night.
I don't even think MMA was thought of back in those days.
Oh, it was definitely a thing. I mean, it was in its early stages, but this is when they would have, 245 pounders fighting 185 pounders. There were no weight classes in MMA back. It's been that long ago. Hard hit ball right over to second base as he's able to make the snag there for the second out here of the inning.
Listen, back when this guy was fighting, that's when real men fought. They didn't really have rules back then.
If you had the guts to get in the ring, you got in the ring.
That's right.
So up now is Mitchell Henson as he was able to successfully score Ramey from third, his last previous at bat. That pitch misses high and outside. Ball 1 to Henson.
This pitcher, he don't have a lot of velocity, but he's got some movement on his balls.
Pippinger. That one swung on. Little bouncer down the third baseline. You're not going to get Henson at first. No way you get Henson right there.
He's already there eating a sandwich.
So Henson able to dig one out down the first baseline there. Gets on base. That'll bring up Caleb Ince here for the Leopards now. 9-hole hitter. Yeah, I was actually I was surprised to see that third baseman let that one fly, because you take a chance there and overthrow that, or your first baseman mishandles it, all of a sudden Henson's hanging out at second.
Yeah, or third.
Or third. Yeah, that's just the speed he has. Little slow roller over to third. Let's see.
Get in the dirt.
As he's able to dig that one out of the dirt to get Caleb down at first. So Leopards unable to score here. Again, if you can name the first original MMA/tough man competitor, he's from Lindsay, still lives in Lindsay. Everybody knows this guy. And I promise you, when you figure out who it is, your jaw's going to hit the floor. Shoot us a text, either on YouTube or our cell phones. Let us know, or Messenger, however you got to do it. Let us know. We'll get you a cheeseburger out of this deal. Don't go anywhere. Leopards lead 3-0. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
He's about your age.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Idabel, Oklahoma.
About a year older, I think, Dustin.
Leopards lead 3-0. Morris still on the bump here for the Leopards, as he has struck out 6 here this afternoon. Pippinger now at the plate for the Ironheads. Swung on and missed. Makes it a 1-1 count. Eufaula just cannot catch up to the speed here of Tucker so far in this one. That one swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
What was it? No.
So Pippinger swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 7 of the night for Tucker Morris. Pippinger just could not catch up. That brings up. Sorry, I'm slacking here, fellas. This is the 2-hole hitter. This is Hayden Robinson, as that one drifts just foul. Excuse me, Hayden Robertson. Morris set to deal. 0-1 the count here. It's the pitch. Good curveball there. Clips that inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 the count here to Robertson. The 0-2. Missed just outside.
Beautiful pitch.
Tucker was trying to get him to go fishing there. Robertson didn't do it.
Had him inside this time, Jake.
1-2. As that one is spooled off down the right field line and out of play. So Robertson will see another pitch here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 1 out away here.
Blow it by him.
The pitch, and that's what he was going for, just missed high. Makes it 2-2. Robertson digs back in. Here comes the 2-2. And that one is yanked foul here into the cage. That's the result of him trying to catch up to that fastball partner.
Yeah, he's swinging when Morris is still in his wind up.
Right? Yep. So again, let's reset. Here comes the 2-2. Hard hit ball right up the gap there, and that will get through. So a good piece of hitting there by Robertson, as Eufaula has him a base runner. That'll bring up Luke Adcock here.
First base hit, first runner of the evening for the Ironheads.
So Adcock settles in, throw back over to first. Robertson slides in under a tag. Got a pretty good lead over at first. Here's the pitch. Good dig there by Ferguson. Throw back over.
Tucker's trying to get a little revenge there, isn't he?
Is that caught? Is he the 3-hole hitter?
Yes. The pitch. Missed just outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count to Adcock. Robertson still resides over at first. It's the pitch. That's called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Adcock. Surprised Robertson's not being a little bit more aggressive out there on the base paths. Figured he might have taken off by now, but not the case. That pitch misses outside. 3-1. Morris set to deal. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Tucker's battled back here. 3-2 count. Here comes the payoff pitch. There it is. Clips that inside corner, ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 8 on the afternoon here for Tucker Morris. Also for the second out of the inning there. Big out there. That'll bring up the 4-hole hitter, big number 4. I believe it's Draven Greg. Like I said earlier, we'll just go with Greg. That first pitch called ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2 outs away. Robertson still hanging out down at first. Throw over. Not in time. Robertson slides under the tag. Throws back over to first, and that one gets past Bo Blankenship. That'll advance Robertson all the way down to second as Ponce has to come in from right field.
Jake, the guesses keep coming in, and the one of the most recent guesses was Ernie Hildebrand. Now, Ernie was a boxer.
Yep.
We want to stress that this particular question has to do with a MMA / tough man fighter.
And if I'm not mistaken, as that one gets behind Ferguson, that'll advance Robertson down to third. The pitch was well inside. And if I'm not mistaken, this was back when they didn't even wear the 5-ounce gloves. I think this was bare knuckle stuff back then. So
yeah,
there's another little hint for you.
Well, when you find out who this man is, you'll know that the bare knuckle.
Bare knuckles. Back then, 2 people went in the cage, only 1 came out.
That pitch misses outside. So 3-0 the count here to Greg. Robertson now over at third. Tucker needs to get out of this inning.
Yeah, and he made it out, Eric, so that tells you.
Yeah.
He meaner than junkyard dog.
The 3-0. Right down Broadway for strike 1.
You know, they say that at night whenever Chuck Norris prays, he prays to this particular gentleman.
Yeah.
That pitch swung on a miss for strike 2, so Tucker Morris has battled back here. Got a full count.
Yeah, the 3 meanest, baddest guys in the world. There's only 3 of them.
The payoff pitch, as that one will get through the gap there, and that will score Robertson from third.
And this guy we're talking about gets 2 Christmas cards every year.
Nice piece of hitting there by Greg. Makes it a 3-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. That brings up 5-hole hitter number 2. This is Carson Luna. Luna settles in. Fouls that one straight back into the chest of Ty Ferguson. He'll shake that one off. Looks to be fine. So Luna settles back in. Greg down at first.
Well, son's an issue for Mitchell Henson and Daniel Ponce out there.
That one misses high. Yeah, it shooting through them pine trees. And like you said, center field and right field. Tough sledding out there. I believe they both have sunglasses on, but
Coming in right in them.
makes it tough, that's for sure. That pitch misses high and inside. Luna settles back in. There's the pitch. Good job there by Ty trying to frame that one up. Plate umpire disagreed, though. Makes it 3 balls, 1 strike. Longest inning here for Tucker Morris so far. Here comes the 3-1. Off-speed pitch there. Called strike 2. Flips that inside corner. His 3rd straight full count at bat.
I'll send him down right here.
The payoff pitch misses high for ball 4. So Luna trots down to first. Greg advances over to second. Coach Edwards wants to talk about it. We'll keep it here. Due up next, the 6-hole hitter. That's Jackson Lurge here for the Ironheads. Big opportunity for him with runners at first and second.
So you guys still got the guesses coming in. They're just pouring in, and ever since we made the first announcement on this deal, the views have just skyrocketed.
Yeah, we
got everybody wondering.
Blake Highsmith just shot me a text. Well, the guy that he mentioned might be one of the biggest MMA fans, UFC fans in Lindsay. I remember when it started getting big, and the guy that he mentioned was all about it back in the day. But nope, that's not him.
Speaking of Blake, we need to give him a shout out. You know, he's one of our supporters here.
Yep.
If it wasn't for people like Blake and others, we wouldn't be able to do this for these kids.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate Crystal writing them checks. It's
not Blake, just Crystal.
Absolutely. That's telling you. So shout out to you, Crystal.
Poor Blake.
That pitch swung on, fouled straight back, makes it a 1-1 count. 2 outs away here. Ironheads trying to chisel away and get back into this one. They trail 3-1.
Guys, you know, if Blake was here, though, he'd be saying, yeah, but I'm the one that told her to write the
That's
check.
right.
Yeah, you're right. So Lurge settles back in. There's the pitch. That one's fouled straight back over the top of us and out of play. Runner still at first and second. 2 outs away. Bottom 4. Lurge settles in. Here comes the 1-2. Off-speed pitch. Good job staying down on that one by Lurge to foul it away. Live to see another pitch. One ball, 2 strikes the count. 2 outs away. Here comes the 1-2. That misses outside as Greg advances down to third via the stolen base. Ferguson wasn't going to throw down there to third. So now runners at the corners here. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Here comes the 2-2. And that one is a foul ball down the right field line, out of play. Well, this is the second time through this lineup, partner, and now you can tell that Eufaula is trying. They're finally starting to catch up with Tucker a little bit here with his velocity.
They are, and that's just that's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go to more of a mind game now and start trying to fool him what he's going to be coming up with.
Right.
2-2, you think breaking ball right here. He just do a fastball.
That was a fastball. That's going to get through the gap, make it a 3-2 ball game. As Eufaula still chiseling away at this one. That brings up number 15 here. This is Preston Dutton, 7-hole hitter for the Ironheads. Again, longest inning here of the afternoon here for Tucker Morris. As Dutton settles in, he'll have runners at first and second. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 1.
Leopard dugout needs to come to life. They're kind of dead over there.
0-1 misses outside, low and away. Make it a 1-1 count. And that's what's crazy about Tucker. I mean, yeah, he has given up the 2 runs here in this half of the inning, but still doesn't really seem phased by it. He's still just going out there rearing back, and you see it right there, just blows a fastball by him on the inside corner.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about Tucker yesterday, as he played a little bit of third, and I believe also got moved over to short for a period of time. He's one of the most laid back, calm, cool, collected kids you'll meet. And we kind of, we mentioned his dad, Chris, that's how he is,
Yeah.
laid back, easygoing. And that's definitely where Tucker gets it. And that's good to, to have that attribute out there on the hill. Just stay within yourself, stay focused, keep throwing strikes, and good things will happen.
Yep. Like to see him get this strikeout right here. He's ahead on this batter, 1-2 count here.
As Eric said, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs away here. Throw down over to second. Not in time. Dutton will settle back in. We'll reset. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on. Ferguson couldn't corral it. We'll have a throw down to first. Overthrows Blankenship, and that's going to tie the game at 3 apiece. Ferguson had the right idea there. As Eufaula has climbed back into this one to tie it up at 3 apiece in the bottom of the 4th. This is the 8-hole hitter, Caden Rice. Leopards got to find a way to get out of this inning, as the Ironheads have runners at first and second. The pitch, that misses inside. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Throw down to third in plenty of time. Ty Ferguson able to redeem himself after the overthrow over at first. Guns him down at third for the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage has been done. Eufaula climbs back into it. Now a tie ball game at 3 apiece. We'll take us a quick break, get us a drink of water. Top half of the 5th coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Top half of the 5th inning here. Eufaula climbs back into it, knocks it up at 3 apiece. Due up now here, leadoff hitter number 16. This is Bentley Kessler. Pippinger's still on the bump here for the Ironheads. Here comes the pitch. Kessler, high fly ball out to short. He's able to settle under it for the 1st out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Ty Ferguson. Who went down his first time at bat, went down via the strikeout, I believe, and then second time up, able to lay down a successful bunt that started the scoring for the Leopards. Hard hit ball down the right field line, and that's going to drift just foul. Would have been extra bases for Ty.
Yeah, Ty was all over that one. Just pulled it a little bit too much.
Yep. You heard that Leopard dugout there before that first pitch there to Ty. Started making a little bit of racket. Let's see if they're back into this one. I'm sure Coach Edwards, in between innings there, kind of got into him a little bit. Ferguson settles in. The 0-1. Swung on. High fly ball, well hit ball out towards center. And as he's able to settle under it, make a play for the second out. Ty's making solid contact.
Yeah, he's on the
No
ball.
doubt. This week, I want to say this weekend, but this week, obviously yesterday had the big game, the big 3-run shot. A couple of hard hit balls there. Just hit it right to the center fielder. So in comes Tucker Morris, 3-hole hitter here for the Leopards. 2 outs away here, top half of the 5th. Leopards need to generate some runs. So that's a little shot out towards center that will get down. Well, Tucker Morris comes up with the 2-out single.
Come on, Coach, get your runner out there.
Yeah, you expect to see somebody running. You'd think Dotson would be running for Tucker here.
Yeah, him or end and register.
Yeah. As Bo Blankenship strides to the plate. Bo settles in. Morris over at first. The pitch. Blankenship skies that one. Going to be a tough play as the left fielder actually came over, made the grab there about waist high. So Eufaula able to get out of the inning there fairly quick. No damage done. Still knotted up at 3 apiece. Going to the bottom of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Idabel, Oklahoma, where we are now into the top half of the 5th inning, bottom half of the 5th inning. And the Leopards have finally made a pitching change as Morris now resides over at second, I believe, as Ramage will now be on the bump here for the Leopards. And due up for the Ironheads is number 5, J.P. Hicks. as he's making his first plate appearance of the afternoon. That pitch there from Ramage called strike one. Reared back and went after that one. Blew his own hat off. Pitch called strike two. So 0-2 the count here quickly to Hicks. Again, his first plate appearance of the evening. The pitch. This is well outside for ball one. Yeah, and guys, some of the guesses coming across. We had one thrown out there that me and Eric were talking about. Would have been a long, long, long time ago as Ramage comes in and sets Hicks down via the strikeout, his first strikeout of the evening here. Also the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up number 9, and I don't have a number 9 here on this lineup sheet. Check that, I do too. That's Bumgarner. It's the one that started the game for the Ironheads, pitching. Swung on and missed for strike two. Ramage set to deal. Here comes the 0-2. And Bumgarner fouls that one back and out of play. Bumgarner will settle back in. One out away here. Bottom 5. Ramage just missed for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Bumgarner. Off-speed pitch. One hopper over to Sanders at third. Long throw across the diamond. In time over to Bo Blankenship for the second out of the inning.
And also, Jake, while we're waiting on more guesses for the trivia question, I'd like to remind folks that we are going to be hosting the annual LSN golf tournament, and that's going to the proceeds are going to go to help our softball girls, the booster club for the softball girls. It's going to be June the 17th. We are looking for both sponsors and teams to play in that tournament, so you can scroll through our Facebook page there and get the link to sign up or sponsor a whole, or obviously contact one of us and we'll get that information to you.
So 1-1 to count here to Pippinger.
Yeah, this golf tournament's going to be huge, Robert.
There's going to be a Vegas trip, chances to win 10 grand, several different hole-in-ones. So we've already had the Brutons reach out to us, and they're going to do a sponsorship and also One Oak Energy. So we'd like to give a shout out to the Brutons and One Oak.
Misses high and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Pippinger. 2 outs away here, bottom 5. That one is fouled straight back. Did that get Ferguson or did that get the umpire?
Umpire.
And
Okay.
like any good catcher will do, he'll trot out, give his umpire back there, give him a minute to kind of gather himself after he takes that one off the face mask. You see it there.
You got to give Ferguson credit. He's doing an excellent job back there behind the plate, filling in for Sanders.
That one, hard hit ball out towards Henson there at center. So Pippinger able to get aboard here with the 2-out single. That'll bring up Robertson. And there were a lot of times last year too, though, that Ferguson would catch Morris rather than Sanders catching him. It might just be a preference. Morris might. You see that is what I'm getting at. A lot of catchers a lot of pitchers have their preference on who they want working back there behind the plate, and that might be the deal that it's Morris and Ferguson. It's just it's something that Tucker might like. So that one is fouled back over the top and out of play. Robertson will settle back in. Pippinger's still down at first. Ramage with the delivery. Swung on. High fly ball out towards center field. Henson tracking, unable to make a play, and that's going to score the runner all the way from first. Ironheads lead 4-3. Robertson able to get aboard. I believe that is just his second time, as he was the first initial base runner for the Ironheads there in that bottom half of the fourth inning that started all the scoring. That brings up the 3-hole hitter. This is Luke Adcock. Oh, and 1 to count here to Adcock. Ramage with the delivery. Just missed there. 1-1 to count. Here's the 1-1. Swung on. Over to Morris at second. Took a crazy hop on him. And that will score another run. Adcock will advance down to second. Ironheads now lead 5-3. Brings up the 4-hole hitter. This is Greg. Leopards still just have 1 out here in this bottom half of the 6th. Ramage checks his runner over at second. There's the pitch. Clips that inside corner for strike 1. Greg settles back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. The pitch swung on. Hard hit ball out towards left field, and that is going to get up and out of here. Touch them all. 2-run shot by Greg. Makes it a 7-3 deficit for the Leopards. Well hit ball there. You see Greg as he strides across there, touches home. He's a big boy. Turns on that one, drives it up and out. As that will bring up the 5-hole hitter, number 2. This is Carson Luna. The Ironheads are able to get 4 across here. Leopards still just have 1 out here in this inning. Luna settles in now. It's a pitch. That misses low and away for ball 1. The 0-1, or excuse me, the 1-0 misses outside. Make it 2-0. Ramage with the delivery. Misses high and inside. 3-0 the count here to Luna. Base paths are empty as Greg cleared them. A 2-run shot just a moment ago. That pitch called strike. Makes it a 3-1 count. That one straight up. See if Ferguson can make a play.
As you could hear, he could not.
You know, Ferguson would have had to climb the fence and jumped up on top of the awning here to pull that one in. That one was pretty loud. So makes it a 3-2 count, 1 out away here. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Ironheads have gotten 4 across. Now leads 7-3. Luna settles back in. Ramage with the payoff pitch. That misses high and inside, ball 4. So that'll bring up 6-hole hitter, number 8. This is Jackson Lurge. Runner at first, 1 out away. Ramage with the pitch, misses outside, ball 1. The 1-0, swung on, fouled down the right side and out of play. One to count. Runner at first for the Ironheads. Ramage checks his runner over at first. The delivery misses just low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jackson settles back in. That one straight up and back over the top, out of play. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 swung on and missed, as that is actually the 3rd out of the inning. Scoreboard had it wrong, so damage has been done, however. Leopards trail 7-3, going to the top half of the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Idabel, Oklahoma. Top half of the 7th inning here. Leopards trail 7-3. Leopards need runs, and they need them in a hurry. As they are down to their final 3 outs here. Due up first will be Ramage, as Pippinger came in relief for Bumgarner and has not allowed a single run since. It's the pitch swung on and missed by Ramage, so he falls behind 0-1. We're going to go ahead and give the answer here to the trivia question. We've been given a couple of different answers. One of them, and this is not the answer, but we're going to go ahead and throw his name out there. Come from a pretty good source. The first answer that we were given was a guy by the name of Bill Bates. That would have been years and years and years ago, but we were looking for none other than Lindsay's own, as Ramage able to yank one down the left field line there and start things off with the single. But the answer we were looking for was none other than Larry the Stinger Stinnett.
Stinger Stinnett, and now everybody's going, why didn't I think of that? I guarantee you, 90% of the people looking are saying, good Lord, I knew that.
Now, this would have been, what did you say, probably early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Or even late 90s. So we mentioned modern day.
Right.
Bill, I'm guessing, obviously would have been back probably before Larry was even thought of, honestly. But, yeah.
Was slinging fists in Oklahoma City about the time I was in high school, guys. And I remember hearing about him. He walked down the sidewalk, you stepped aside because Larry was coming. You didn't look at him wrong. You still don't look at him wrong.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I guarantee you.
But I appreciate all the good.
Oh yeah,
all the guesses and stuff. Everybody
had a ton of guesses. I'll throw a couple out there as Ramage settles back in here. Ramage still resides down at first, but yeah, some of the guesses we had. Joey Serrano, he actually claimed himself as the original, and then another one was James Clark. I mentioned him as probably one of the biggest UFC fans there in Lindsay. I remember, quite the football player back in the day, and obviously, like I said, a big fan of the UFC. That was actually let's see who threw that out. I believe Steve Whitworth mentioned that to me, as did Blake Highsmith. So that was a couple just random names that was thrown out there. So again, appreciate everybody kind of playing along and having a little bit of fun with that one. But yeah, like I said, the answer we were looking for was Stinger Stinnett. And you look at him today, and you wouldn't think, this guy, he was in Tough Man. He actually tried this, a handful of times. It's a shocker, I guarantee you. But Larry, he did try his hand at it. Thought otherwise. He decided to pursue something else. Probably the right decision for Larry.
I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure an injury ended his career. Forced him into early retirement, or he probably would have been in the MMA circuit.
Yeah, I think he had that with that one injury that really got him. I think when
did he? But so as we're sitting here kind of goofing off, the Leopards have runners at first and second here. Nobody out. Leopards trail 7-3. Clayton Sanders now at the dish here for the Leopards, ramming down at first, and I believe we had a pinch runner for Ramage. That looks like Guerrero down at second now. See how aggressive Lindsay gets here as that pitch called strike clips the outside corner. Makes it 0-2 here at Clayton.
I'm sure Larry's watching right now, hoping they hit a home run or something to get us off that subject.
Larry, if you are watching, we love you.
No doubt.
I don't want you coming trying to find me.
So what actually, kind of got this idea rolling here? Larry actually texted me yesterday afternoon when we were talking about the leather work gloves, being used, and I didn't see the text till after we got done eating lunch today. And old Robert, he called Larry and we had a little conversation, just kind of shooting the bull with Larry for a little bit, and it was just kind of joking around, said, hey, yeah, we'll give you a shout out, something like that. And then the wheels started turning, and we were like,
he did go fight in a tough man contest.
It is a true story.
Sanders. And he went wire to wire with the guy. It was all 3 rounds, I think, during the game, so he can tell folks the story.
Just what it was like being in the octagon. Was it even an octagon back then?
I don't know.
That was back before they had octagons as a shape.
Sanders spools this one back and out of play.
We had triangles, squares, and rectangles.
Yep.
That was it.
Octagons weren't thought of.
You just loaded up on liquid courage and got in there.
Maybe I think circle was a fourth one.
So Peppinger heading the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanders digs in. One swing of the bat here. Sanders can make it a 1-run game. The pitch. That will miss just outside.
Same pitch he let go a while ago and is called a strike.
Yep. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here. Top half of the 7th inning. The pitch. Sanders. Good job there battling. Spools that one. Again, Guerrero over at second, ramming down at first. Sanders at the dish. That pitch is high for ball 3. Sanders has worked it into a full count here. Fellas, it's cooled off a little bit, huh?
Got chilly.
Sanders digs in. The payoff pitch as he will little liner down the first baseline. First baseman will haul that one in for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Mitchell Henson. And this is one the Leopards need to get on the base paths just for his sheer speed. Would love to get Henson on board here. As Sanders advances the runners over. Ramming now at second, Guerrero down at third. 1 out away here, top 7. Henson digs in. Pippinger with the pitch. That misses a little bit inside. Ball 1.
Henson's last at bat was fruitful, so we hope he can repeat that.
Called that a ball. 2-0 the count. Missed just high.
We need Henson on base no matter what here.
Absolutely. The 2-0. That's in the dirt. Good dig by the catcher. Keeps it in front of him. Doesn't allow Guerrero to advance and score. So 3-0 the count here to Henson. He should see something here that he can hit. A well-placed ball here would score 2. Shows bunt. Pulls back. That will be ball 4. So Leopards have Henson aboard.
Time runs comes to the plate, Jake.
Bases are now juiced. As Eric said, tie and run. Caleb Ince strides to the plate. Big opportunity here for the senior. Caleb's still trying to kind of get in the groove of things here. Didn't have a lot of time to practice as the Leopard basketball squad made a little run to the state tournament. Caleb, obviously a part of that successful run. So, but baseball, I mean, it didn't start until last Saturday.
Well, they pushed games back until basketball season was still going on for the Leopards. They had games scheduled, but the basketball season was still going on, so they kind of pushed everything back.
I believe it was, 5 games that they ended up having to kind of rearrange there. Yep. So that pitch called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count here to Ince.
Take off their basketball shoes and put on the cleats.
Yep. Up next will be Bentley Kessler. That pitch spooled back out of play. Makes it a 2-2 count.
Getting a little chilly out here, and that's one thing that could have effect on some of these basketball guys that have been used to playing indoors. Now they're out here, and it's a little chilly.
Still, flowing right now, and I'm sure they're fine. You do see a few of them out there with sleeves. That's Caleb. He has sleeves on.
They have some of that stuff I lost, I don't know, 30 years ago called metabolism.
Right. That pitch
Got him.
actually clips him, so that will score Guerrero from third, make it a 7-4 ball game. Still just one out here in the top of the seventh.
Great scenario here, Jake. Bases are still loaded, and we're back to our start off leadoff man.
Back to the top of the lineup. Bentley Kessler will be up next. Leopards got an opportunity here.
Be a pitch and change probably here.
Yep. Pippinger will walk off. And we will have, we'll get you a number here momentarily.
Number 6.
Number two. That will be Carson Luna, the 5-hole hitter, who will come in relief.
Maybe it'll take him about 4 batters to get warmed up.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough spot for him, to come in and basically saying, hey, don't allow any more runs. Let's get the heck out of this inning. Eufaula just needs – no, excuse me, there's nobody. Yeah, there's one out. They're changing it back.
Yeah, it's one out.
I was fixing to say, I could have swore we had the one out.
Bases loaded, one out.
No. But, yeah, puts a little bit of pressure here on the Ironheads. Got to keep everything in front of them and try to get them a couple outs so they can get out of this ball game. But Leopards are knocking on the door, see if they can knock that thing down.
This pitcher has a kind of a different release. He's way over the top.
Mm-hmm. So Eufaula will call upon Luna to come in and try to seal the victory here for the Ironheads. Leopards aren't done yet, though. They had it up there earlier, and then they took it down, and I'm like, well, maybe
who knows?
But as we mentioned, Bentley Kessler back to the top of the lineup here for the Leopards. Now the scoreboard, they have erased everything, and now it's flashing at us.
Brand new ball game, folks.
We are restarting. Hit the reset button. Now
they're going to try to get it all straight.
They had some scoreboard issues over in Valiant yesterday as well. But yeah, as I was saying, you'll have should see Ty Ferguson unless Eufaula is able to turn something out on the base paths and get out of the inning. But so Kessler will stride to the plate. Big opportunity here for the senior. Bases are juiced. 7-4 ball game. And Kessler, he's got the big bat. One swing of the bat. He could change the complexion of this ball game in a hurry. Luna with the delivery. Misses high and inside for ball one. Ramming at third, Henson at second, Ince down at first. Hard hit ball out towards deep center. Off the face, and that is going to score a couple of runs.
Oh, my goodness.
As Ramming will score. Henson will score. Ince will hold at third as the center fielder just misplayed that one, and it caroms off of his glove.
He hasn't moved.
And immediately he grabs his face. I do believe he had glasses on out there, and that could be, you don't want to speculate, but could be good or bad. So the Eufaula coach will trot out to check on his center fielder there as he misplayed that ball.
It went right off. It just grazed his glove and hit him right in the face.
Yep. The Leopards have made it a 7-6 ball game. I tell you what, we'll take us a quick timeout as the Eufaula coach is going to check on his center fielder. Don't go away. You've got a 7-6 ball game. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Here to Adam Garner, who is in center field, had that one carom off of his glove and make contact with his face. He was able to trot off the field under his own power. So, as that,
Hey, ball.
we're going to third, and just like that, the Leopards have tied it up at 7 apiece here with Kessler still down at third. Ty Ferguson at the dish. Ferguson could break this tie with one swing of the bat. That pitch called strike. 0-1 the count here to Ferguson. 1 out away. Ferguson settles back in. The pitch, that'll miss outside. 1-1 the count.
There's a big gap between left field and center. If he could just poke one out there, it'd put him in scoring position and score one.
Luna with the delivery. That misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count deferred. The 2-1. That misses low and inside. Ball 3. Ferguson doing a good job being patient up there. Realizes the situation. No need to go up there and get greedy. Find your pitch and drive something here. Here comes the 3-1. That'll be called strike 2. Ferguson settles back in. He'll see the payoff pitch from Luna. Here it comes. As Ferguson spools that one back over the top of us and out of play. Gets tangled up in some of the pine trees back here behind us. Ferguson will settle back in.
Let's go, Ferg. Knock one out there, buddy.
Payoff pitch. Good job staying alive again.
Protecting the plate.
Yep. Make that judgment call.
Yep.
Because chances are, if it's somewhere close, he's going to ring you up. Ferguson's still alive. Payoff pitch. That one is low. Ball 4. So that'll put Ferguson down at first. Runners at the corners for the dangerous Tucker Morris. Comes in 1 for 3 on the evening. As he had a back in the, I believe it was the top of the 4th. He got a board. So runners on the corners here. Tucker Morris now at the dish. Would be followed by Bo Blankenship. Let's see if Tucker can put something in play. Keeps that one in front of him. Hard hit ball down the third baseline. Throw over to second. Got the lead runner, but it does score Kessler from third.
Put the Leopards up.
So Tucker does his job there. Advances the runner. Leopards now lead 8-7. They did get Ferguson down at second, but the damage is done. They got the 1 run they needed to take the lead. So Morris will now be at first. Big Bo Blankenship now at the plate. If Bo's able to get aboard, you would see Ramage next. The pitch. As Tucker goes. Stolen base there.
Good job by Edwards. Calling a steal on that play.
1-1 the count here to Bo. That's the pitch. Little blooper out towards center. Should be routine, and he pulls that one in. That is the 3rd out of the inning. But the Leopards do what they needed to do, take an 8-7 lead here into the bottom half of the 7th. Leopards 3 outs away from getting victory number 2 here this week during the Broken Arrow tournament. Or excuse me, Broken Bow tournament. God, I said that yesterday too. Anyhow, don't go anywhere. 3 outs away. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Idabel, Oklahoma. Leopards lead 8-7. Should be bottom of the seventh inning. They have erased the scoreboard 3 different times here. Nobody's on the same page.
4.
But we do know
4 now, Jake.
Leopards lead 8-7. As the 7-hole hitter, this is Preston Dutton, is up to bat here for the Ironheads.
2-0.
There's the 2-0. Turns it into a 3-0.
I'm not sure why we sent that guy over there. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Ramage, 3-0. Right
There it
down
is.
Broadway. Strike 1.
Needs to make a living right there.
Yeah. Three-one. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Dutton knew it immediately. Shouldn't have swung there, but sometimes those high ones are hard to lay off. Boy, it looks pleasing to the eye, but
Looks real fat.
just hard to real hard to catch up to. He does there. So Ramage walks Dutton to lead things off here for the Ironheads in the what we believe is
They got her
no, they're
kind
playing.
of right.
But yeah, you look at the scoreboard, they're showing bottom 6 now. Wow.
I don't know.
So according to that, Leopards are not 3 outs away from winning this one. It's now up to the plate here for the Ironheads. It's number 6. This is Tabor Griner as he lays down a bunt. Ferguson throws over to first, able to get the runner at first. Good snag there by Tucker Morris. The throw from Ferguson was a bit high, but Tucker Morris able to get his foot back down on the bag for the first out of the inning. It did advance the runner over to second, however. 1 out away here. Bottom 6. That'll bring up number 21 for the Ironheads. This will be Richie Beaver. Runner at second. There's the pitch to Beaver. Swung on and missed.
Is that the new center fielder, Jake?
I believe that is the new center fielder for the Ironheads now.
So this is first time to see a pitch.
Yep. 2-0 the count here to Richie.
Should be 2-1.
Yeah. No, it should be 1-1.
Or 1-1, I'm sorry.
Now it's 2-1. Yeah, the scoreboard keeper has completely.
He butchered that deal.
Yeah, it should be 2-1.
He took that meat to the market and butchered it.
He swung at the first pitch.
Yep. It's 2-1.
Ramage steps off. Ramage settles back in. Here's the 2-1. Strike 2. So 2-2 the count. You see the umpire out there in the field. He gestured over to center, or excuse me, over to the umpire here behind the plate. Hey, we're at 2-2 rather than 3-1. As long as the guys wearing black have it right, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And me, I got to have it right.
So 2-2 the count here to Beaver. There's the 2-2. Just low and inside for ball 3. Three-two the count now. 1 out away here, bottom 6. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. Second strikeout of the evening here for Register. And a
Ramage.
Ramage.
Aiden, you're giving you're giving Andon credit again.
We talked about this yesterday. There's rammings, there's registers, there's
Ramages.
I know who I meant, but
Well, we're going to give Andon Register another shout
out. Yeah.
again today.
We did it yesterday. We'll do it again. Apologize to Ramage out there on the bump. But as I was saying, big time out there to get that second out via the strikeout, as that's a hard hit ball out towards left field. Ince is tracking, can't get to it. That's going to score one run. And Eufaula has tied this one up at 8 apiece here. 2-out double for Eufaula. As that will bring up Robertson, who has found himself on the base paths his previous 2 at-bats. Robertson steps out of the box, calls time. The pitch missed for ball 1. That one, Robertson unable to keep from crossing the plane there. So that'll go down as a strike. 1-1 to count here. 2 outs away. Bottom 6.
I believe
Image flips that inside corner there for strike 2. The 1-2 misses high. 2-2 the count. Ferguson and looks like Edwards and Ramage not on the same page there. Ferguson was checking back down over to Edwards in the dugout. Ramage was grinning about something out there on the bump. So they'll talk about it here. 8-8 ball game, 2-2 the count, 2 outs away here. Bottom half of the 6th inning. In a game that has turned into a bit of a marathon as we are going on 2+ hours. Not the longest baseball game that we've called by any means, but the pace has kind of slowed. I guarantee you the longest one we called would have been senior night at CCS last year. Holy moly. That game drug on and on and on.
Left there about, what, midnight?
Yeah, it was a 5+ hour event. Obviously.
And it got really windy there at the end. Remember that?
That front blew in and it got super, super windy. And, yeah, it was.
Yeah, they issued a skirt alert up there in Oklahoma City.
Thankfully, we were in the press box there. But yeah, that turned into quite an evening. Robertson goes down via the strikeout. Ramage able to get out of the inning. Eufaula ties it up as they get one across. So it's all knotted up here at 8 apiece. We'll go to the top half of the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here, Idabel, Oklahoma. Top half of the 7th inning, as we are all knotted up at 8 apiece here. As Ramage is due up first for the Leopards. That pitch misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count here. Due up next would be Brody Ramming. Little blooper out towards center, see if it gets down, and it does. So a leadoff single to get things started here in the top of 7.
You get some runs in here and not be fighting for our life in the bottom half of this inning.
Yes. As soon as we give him a shout out, and registered now enters the ball game for Ramage, who will remain on the hill for the Leopards in the bottom half of this inning. Down the third baseline from Coach Edwards. The pitch that misses outside for ball 1.
And Brody Ramming can make this a 2-run game.
You bet.
Swing of the bat.
Want to know the count here to Brody. That's called strike. 1-1 the count. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Ramming settles back in. Here comes the 2-1.
Back up, and
it needs to retreat as they're able to get to their base running mishap. So Eufaula gets an untraditional double play there. As Register took off from first, thinking that one was going to get down. So that brings up Clayton Sanders now, 2 outs away here. Top 7. First pitch to Sanders, misses high for ball 1. That pitch is in the dirt. 2-0 the count. The 2-0. Right back over towards the Ironheads dugout. Makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs away here. 8-8 ball game. Another one spooled down the first base line, out of play. So Sanders digs back in here. 2-2 the count. Here is the 2-2. That was a little blooper over towards third, and that will be the final out of the half of the inning there. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Eufaula with an opportunity to walk it off and get out of here with the victory. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Go, RJ. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 7th inning here. All knotted up at 8 apiece. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. At the plate, 3-hole hitter. This is number 3, Luke Adcock. That pitch misses high and inside, ball 2. Two and 0 the count. 3-0 the count. Adcock settles back in. Here comes the 3-0. That misses outside for ball 4, so a leadoff walk puts the winning run on the base paths here for the Ironheads. And Coach Edwards wants to talk about it as he's going to make a pitching change. I do believe Caleb Ince will be on the hill now. He'll do some rearranging. He will send his right fielder over to left.
Yeah, maybe Ponce over there, and he'll put Ramage out there in right field.
That's Brody ramming that he's moving from right.
I forgot, yeah.
So ramming will now be in the left. As Caleb Ince will come in relief here with the winning run at first base. So we'll let Caleb get warmed up here. We'll take us a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here in Idabel. 8-8 ball game. Eufaula has the winning run over at first as he is on via the walk. And now at the plate, 4-hole hitter.
Turn that crap off.
This is Greg. That's the second time they
My goodness.
had the music still playing.
He's trying to get some satisfaction.
Greg digs in. There's the pitch. Hard hit ball right back up the gap. That'll advance the runner over to second. That'll bring up Carson Luna, 5-hole hitter.
Base hit to win it now.
Yep, this is right in the lineup. What part of the lineup that the Ironheads wanted? And Greg and Luna back to back. That pitch is a little bit low for ball one. The 1-0. Clips the inside corner for strike one. 1-0 to count. That one's in the dirt. Ferguson did a good job keeping it in front of him. Runner will remain over at second. Eufaula can walk it off here. Mid pitch a little low and inside. Makes it 3 balls, 1 strike to count here to Luna. Swung on and missed. Big cut there. Makes it a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch. Misses inside. And that'll load the bases for the Ironheads.
Just need to throw strikes right now.
Yeah, ground ball is your friend here in the infield.
You fought this hard and long. You don't want to walk the game over.
Brings up the 6-hole hitter. This is Jackson Lurge. That pitch is in the dirt. Ferguson digs it out. Keeps the runner over at third for the time being. That's a good pitch there. It's that outside corner. Called strike one. So 1-1 to count. So Lurge calls for timeout. Now he steps back in the box. 1-1 to count. Nobody out here. Bottom 7. Winning run for the Ironheads is at third. Hard hit ball. That'll get through, and the Ironheads are going to walk it off and win the ball game 9-8. Just a heartbreaker for the Leopards. You hate to lose that. Is at one time you had a 3-0 lead. Just unable to get the job done when it mattered most. So, Leopards fall in this one 9-8. Hats off to Eufaula for battling back into this one and making it a will of a ball game down the stretch. Again, Leopards go down 9-8, your final. And we will do it again tomorrow. One more game. This will be the early game over in Antlers. It'll be an 11 o'clock start. So, in the meantime, everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. RJ, good job. Eric, good job. Robert, it's always fun having you on. We will catch you guys in Antlers tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch. Good night, everybody.